AI chips used to be just another line on a spec sheet. Now, in Washington, they're treated almost like weapons. In the United States, senators are pushing a new law that would block advanced AI chips from being exported to countries like China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea for years. At the same time, China is ordering state-funded data centers to rip out foreign chips from components like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel and replace them with its own. Both sides are now actively restricting each other's access to the hardware that powers modern AI. This isn't a simple trade dispute anymore. It's a developing tech Cold War over who controls the brains of artificial intelligence. In this video, we'll go back to the beginning and uncover why America is so afraid of China's AI chips and how we ended up here. To understand why these chips have become so powerful politically, we first need to understand what they actually are. Most everyday computers run on something called a CPU, a central processing unit, that works well for general computing. But artificial intelligence runs on a completely different kind of math. Instead of solving one problem at a time, AI systems perform billions of calculations simultaneously. That's where GPUs come in. A GPU, or graphics processing unit, contains thousands of smaller cores designed to work in parallel. This makes it perfect for the massive matrix calculations that power modern AI models. A single high-end data center GPU can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Entire AI server racks can easily be worth millions. That's why AI chips aren't just technology anymore. They're money, they're leverage, and they're quickly becoming instruments of national power. For all their power, advanced AI chips come from one of the most fragile supply chains on Earth. At the center of that chain is a single company, TSMC, the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturer. For decades, most of the planet's cutting-edge chips have been produced on a narrow strip of land in Taiwan. Only recently has production begun to shift. TSMC is now investing nearly $165 billion into multiple fabrication plants and packaging facilities in the United States, the largest foreign investment project in U.S. history. Even then, only a portion of the world's most advanced chips will eventually be made on American soil. The danger became visible during the 2021 to 2022 semiconductor shortage. Automakers alone were forced to cut nearly 20 million vehicles from global production. Chip delivery times exploded from a few months to nearly a full year, and that crisis happened without any war. The same factories, tools, and packaging systems that build smartphone processors and car chips are also responsible for producing state-of-the-art AI GPUs. That means a single disruption hits everything at once: consumer electronics, manufacturing, transportation, and now artificial intelligence. When one island and a handful of companies control the world's most advanced chips, it raises a question that goes far beyond technology. Is this just a business risk, or is it a national security nightmare waiting to happen? Then came the explosion. After the emergence of large language models and generative AI, demand for computing power didn't just rise, it surged. The global AI chip market is expected to more than double, from around $123 billion in 2024 to over $300 billion by 2029. At the center of this demand sits one company, NVIDIA. In recent months, Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, met directly with Donald Trump and Republican lawmakers to discuss U.S. export controls on NVIDIA's most advanced AI chips and the future of AI regulation. After the meeting, Trump publicly praised Huang as a smart man, confirming that chip restrictions were a core part of their discussions. Huang reportedly warned that overly aggressive export restrictions could damage U.S. competitiveness and that China's AI industry is still advancing despite existing controls. On one side, U.S. chipmakers see China as tens of billions of dollars in potential revenue. On the other, U.S. lawmakers see advanced AI chips as strategic assets that could reshape military power, cyber warfare, and global influence. And somewhere in between, the future of artificial intelligence is being negotiated in billion-dollar meetings. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Whose interests ultimately win in the end? National security or quarterly earnings? Fear doesn't stay theoretical for long in Washington. Eventually, it turns into policy. In early 2025, U.S. regulators took one of their boldest steps yet. The government introduced what was known as the AI Diffusion Rule, a sweeping framework that would have required worldwide licensing for advanced semiconductors and high-end computing systems. This rule was aimed to control where the world's most powerful AI chips could flow. But the rule immediately ran into resistance. Critics warned that it could be potentially harmful to U.S. innovation. By May 2025, the rule was rescinded. In its place, regulators shifted to a more targeted approach. Later that year, a bipartisan group of U.S. senators introduced the SAFE CHIPS Act. Unlike earlier rules that left room for executive discretion, this bill aimed to legally lock in restrictions. If passed, it would require the Commerce Department to deny export licenses for advanced AI chips to entities in China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea for roughly 30 months. And underneath that law lies a deeper fear: that access to top-tier AI chips could allow China to build advanced military AI systems, to scale mass surveillance technologies, or to dominate the infrastructure that will run the next generation of global computing. China did not respond to U.S. restrictions by waiting. It moved. In 2025, Chinese regulators ordered state-funded data centers that were still under construction to remove or cancel all foreign AI chips from companies like NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel. Projects that were already close to completion were reviewed one by one. The objective was unmistakable: reduce dependence on U.S. technology and force a national shift toward domestic AI hardware. The impact was immediate. Reports soon showed that NVIDIA's once dominant share of China's data center GPU market, estimated at nearly 95%, had collapsed to almost zero in a matter of months. At the same time, Chinese chipmakers accelerated the development of their own AI processors. China is no longer positioning itself as a customer in the global AI chip market. It is positioning itself as a replacement, and this creates a dangerous feedback loop. The more the United States tightens controls, the faster China is pushed toward complete technological self-reliance, which leads to a question with no easy answer. If export bans push China to fully replace American chips, is the United States protecting its technological lead or accelerating the birth of its most powerful future competitor? We're told these laws are about safety, about protection, about national security. But safety, for whom? For ordinary people who will live inside AI-powered systems? Or for the institutions that control the hardware those systems depend on? History may look back at this moment not as the beginning of control, but as the moment world's AI ecosystem permanently split in two. That story is still unfolding. And the most important part of it may be the part we are not allowed to see yet.